Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to share with you my Boston and Savannah album that is 100% complete, and I wanted to go ahead and show you what it looks like. So I used this ombre album from We Are Memory Keepers. It's really nice, pretty teal down here, and then fades into a white. I really like it. So here's the completed album, and I do have process videos for every single layout in here, so if you missed any of them, I'll leave my playlist link down below so you can watch the process. But this is what it looks like from start to finish. So I have my opening page here, which talks about the 2 trips that I took for my 40th. This is actually the most recent one that I did here. And then we go into Savannah. So Savannah was the first trip that I took, so that's why Savannah is the first one up, but these are streets of Savannah, just some pictures. This was the open carry policy that they had, getting drinks to go, which was a very new experience for me. Savannah Squared, talking about the different squares in Savannah, and inserted in the middle in an 8.5 by 11 page protector, I put a map that I picked up while we were walking around. They have these really cool drawn maps, so I grabbed one of those and just folded it up so that it fit in here. So that's like a map of Savannah, the downtown area. One of the squares was where a scene from Forrest Gump was filmed, and there was an actor that was sitting there and he was playing the role of Forrest Gump. So I talked about that. That was really cool. I'm gonna have to shift it back and forth because I can't get all of it in my frame and I can't zoom out anymore, so bear with me on that. This was brunch that we had. We just found a nice place to have brunch, and so we did that. This is Colonial Park Cemetery that we came across just walking around. It had a lot of really old gravestones, so that was really cool to walk around and see those. This is some antique shops that we went to, and I found a first edition of Gone with the Wind. However, it was extremely expensive, so it looked really nice behind the glass, but I did not even touch it. So just talked about that, and just talked about, we went to a bunch of different antique shops and stuff, so that was really neat. This is how hot it was. It was very hot and humid in Savannah. This is Paula Deen. We went to Paula Deen's restaurant. It was so good. Some of the best food I've had. Really good. This was getting an early morning wake-up call. That was a fire alarm in our hotel and everyone had to evacuate. Came out to be nothing. We still don't even know what it was, but that was interesting. This is Forsyth Park, which is a very big park area in Savannah. It was gorgeous. We just walked around and strolled and sat, and it was really neat. This is the Mercer Williams house. That is where a murder happened in the 80s, and this is what the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is based on, that actual crime that happened. So we went and took a tour of that house. This is the Old Pink House, which was a restaurant that we went to, and that was like my official birthday dinner that we celebrated my birthday for, and it was fancy, and we had the best server. It was great. We had a really great time there. This is having fancy Cuban coffees. It was a lot of fun. And then we get into Hamilton. So for my 40th birthday, my husband surprised me with a trip to Boston to see Hamilton. That was my gift from him. So this is actually a layout that I made a while ago, so I don't have a process video for this one in my playlist, but I'll see if I can find that video and link it anyway, because this is one that I did previously, but I wanted to put it in this album because obviously it definitely goes, and I need to fix that flower right there. So I'll leave a link to this process video because I do have one. Okay, and then for this is when my husband surprised me. I was getting my gifts, and he sent me on like the scavenger hunt, and I had to try to figure out what it was, and then when I realized what it was, I cried. So there's that. This was getting cappuccinos in our hotel. They were really delicious and fancy. And these are cocktails that we also had in the hotel. This was actually when we landed. We landed very late, but we had enough time to grab a drink at the hotel bar, so we did that to kind of kick off our celebration. This is the Granary burial site in Boston. A lot of famous people, including Paul Revere and Samuel Adams and Benjamin Franklin's parents, are buried in this gravesite. So that was pretty cool to walk around that. This is just downtown Boston, just a big scene from downtown Boston. And this paper is perfect because it actually is Boston. So it was pretty neat. This is an Holocaust Memorial that we came across while we were waiting to have lunch. We were waiting for the restaurant to open, and we saw this across the street, so we walked over and walked through it, and it was really emotional, actually. We did not expect to see something like that just right in the middle of downtown, but it was really powerful. It was great. I have an insert here of the heritage of the Union Oyster House, which is where we ate lunch. So that was a handout that I got from the restaurant, and it was really cool to read through that stuff. And then this is the Union Oyster House. The food was delicious. We actually, when we went for spring break, we took the girls there too, and it's still delicious. It was really good. And then this is outside the Boston Opera House where we saw Hamilton. So that's us outside. This is the stage. I did an insert of the playbill, and I kept it closed. This is a 6x8. I kept it closed with a clip, a binder clip, because this is going to slip out very easily, and then I attached a star paper clip to it just because it goes with Hamilton. So I did that. And then this is us in front of the stage. This is a big 5x7 in front of the stage right before the show started. And then this is another downtown Boston thing. This was a limited time sign that was downtown Boston, and it says Boston really big. So that was pretty cool to see that. It's not there anymore, but that was really neat. And then this was our favorite meal, which was actually in a restaurant attached to our hotel. And we decided to eat there one night, and it was so good. Like, legitimately my favorite meal of that entire trip. It was so delicious. We had some sushi, and this is like a lobster mac and cheese that was so good. Like, I could have just eaten all of this the entire time and been very happy. And then the last page is Cheers, where we went. We went and had a beer at Cheers, and that was really neat. To be there and see where they filmed the outside of the bar. I explained the whole thing in my process video, but like, you know, took the picture of the outside and this picture of the mug and all that stuff. And then at the end here, I have this really big 12x12 plastic sleeve from Becky Higgins. This is a Project Life. Very sturdy plastic sleeve, and I put stuff and things. So this is a 4x6 card that I put in here, and this is just all the extra stuff like pamphlets and an extra playbill and our plane tickets and you know, stuff that brochures and things from our trip and business cards and all that kind of stuff. And there's a napkin here from Cheers that says where everybody knows your name. So this is kind of stuff I want to keep, but it didn't make it onto layouts. So I put it all in this really big sturdy thing, and I can just go through it if I want to, and it's all here. I love to do this kind of thing, especially in the back of like vacation or trip albums, just stuff that I've collected. So that is there as well. And then that is my completed album. So I am really happy that I have this trip, both of these trips, documented, and it's nice and full, and yeah, it was a great time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey of creating this album. And yeah, I'm happy to have it done and sit on my shelves and flip through it when I want to reminisce on it. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.